Couple of surprises over in the Europa League qualifying first round, first legs, with the likes of second division Hungarian outfit coming out with a shock win. We'll take a look at that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're predicting these first round qualifying second legs of the Europa League. That's right, we'll get into all of that and more in a second. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Europa League qualifying, the real deal, everything, all here under one Ruski. We are on the road here, but we are trying to get our predictions in for this week after a very, very spicy first legs, of course. We'll get into all of that and more in a second. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Europa League is right here under one Ruski. So, folks, let's jump into it without further ado. And I'll take a little look back at what went on in this. That's right, it is the first round qualifying, it is the first legs, but of course what went on in that competition. Well, let's remind ourselves here then, shall we, of course, with the first round of predictions. So here we go, knuckle down, hold on tight. Much smaller than the Conference League. But anyway, IF Elfsborg coming out of Sweden against Paphos from Cyprus. I went with a 2-1 win for the Swedes. It was a 3-0 win, and they were very good and took care of business. Meanwhile, one of the surprises of the round here, Paxi FC against Hudanora out of Romania, the cup winners. I went with a draw. I didn't know what to expect from Hudanora, but they turned up in style, 4-0 win against Paxi to put themselves right in the thick of things to go through to the second round of qualifying. Meanwhile, FC Sheriff, another surprise there against Zira FK, are back the host here, who were taking off points off some big boys in the Champions League a couple of seasons back. But 2-0 was my pick. They lost 1-0 to Zira, which put them right in the thick of things. Meanwhile, MFK, Rosenbrick, also got spanked by, actually they did the spanking actually, spanked Tobo Kostanya, 5-2 in the end. I went with the away side win on that one, so I got that one wrong as well, so not looking good for me at the moment. Meanwhile, Botev and Plondiv, I went with a 2-2 draw, a 2-1 win in the end, going in favour of Botev Plondiv against NK Maribor, another juggernaut at this stage. You would imagine them to come out on top. And then Whistler Krakow did beat Lapply 2-0 win. I went with a 3-1 win. So yeah, it's pretty bleak stuff. There was only the 6 games in that one, but yeah, we'll see how many. So I got 2. Not great in that one at all. But let's take a look at the prediction league. It is live, it is free. A couple of guys were very bold enough to get involved. You can be bold enough in the second go here. 100% free, guys, get involved. But what, these are the scorelines. Hansworth also got 2. Frosty got 3. Look at that. It is tight, it is difficult. But of course, it is free, guys. Get involved. /UEL2425. So, and without further ado, we are now going to have another crack at, of course, the second legs. That's right. Let's flip it all around, of course. Change locations, mix it up a little bit, and let's get cracking with those second legs. Of course, starting with this one. Paphos up against IF Elfsborg of Sweden. The Paphos, the Cypriots, coming into this on the back foot here, trying to get something out of this game against a Swedish team who realistically are probably one of the strongest in this cluster of clubs. I do anticipate an away win once again, or at least to strengthen that away win. I'm going to go with the 1-1 draw, which will see Elfsborg go through. Paphos will probably take a tumble into the Conference League. We'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong on that one. Meanwhile, FC Hudanora coming out of Romania, second division side, absolutely flying in the cup last season, dominated that, won that, just a little bit shy in the promotion race. So they'll be in second division once again, up against Paxi. This time, of course, a match will take place over in Romania. Both these two clubs making at least their debuts in this competition, I believe. I don't think they've ever been here before. But FC Hudanora is causing a lot of reverberations around Europe with that victory against Paxi. I do think they'll follow it up with a not as convincing victory, but a 2-1 win, which will add to that 4-0 win over in Hungary. Hungary. Yeah, there'll be picking up a win there to add to that 4-0 win in Romania. So Hudanora will go through, beating Hungary's Paxi in Romania. That's right. So there we go. I got there in the end. Meanwhile, Zira FK coming out of Azerbaijan up against FC Sheriff out of Moldova. Now, they do have an unbelievably high ranking in the UEFA coefficients of 107. That's nearly double digits. Up against the Azerbaijanis, 346. It's a country mile between these two sides, but the Azerbaijanis come into this on the upper hand here. Now, this match will also take place in Azerbaijan. We've already had the crack in Moldova, so they missed a trick here, and they're going to struggle, I think, to get enough to go through. I think there's a 2-1 win for the Sheriff on the road. I don't think that computes. I don't think it gives them a shot to go through as winners in that one. So I'm backing the Sheriff to win, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. And we might see Zeta FK make it through to the next round. And Moldova's Sheriff will take a tumble to the Conference League. That's right. Meanwhile, Kazakhstan's Tobel Kostanya with a ranking of 311 up against MFK Rosenbrück, coming out of Slovakia with a 378 ranking. Can't remember which way that game went. But this match will take place over in Kazakhstan, with the Kazakhstanis looking to get a little bit closer to those illustrious group stages. A long way to go yet, though, guys. Tough one here. Could go either way. I think I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Yep, sitting on the fence. Meanwhile, let's hop on over to Maribor, that's right, in Slovenia. NK Maribor, also a crazy high ranking of 120 up against Botev Plondiv, coming out of Bulgaria with a ranking of 354. Now, I think Botev Plondiv are in the driving seat in this game, but this match will take place in Slovenia. Now, of course, we're looking at some heavyweights making this sort of phase, taking a bit of a tumble, of course, with the Sheriff and Slovenia, both coming into, I think, not really in command of their matches. On this one, though, I do fancy, I'm going to back the heavyweights here. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for NK Maribor to get the victory. 2-0 win, which should be enough for them to go through and join the likes of Hondorora and Ilfsborg in the next stage of the Europa League qualifying phase. Next up, of course, or should we say finally, KF Lapli will take on Wisla Krakow of Poland. Now, the Polish team do have an upper hand against Lapli, who come out of Kosovo, who do have quite a low ranking of 520 against the Polish team with 0 ranking at the moment. They're making a return to Europe, been out of the wilderness for some time. They do have the upper hand on this one, and I do anticipate them to hold that lead and hold that line in this one. So I'm going to back the Polish outfit with a 2-1 win on the road to, of course, go through to the next stage where, and of course, we'll say goodbye to the likes of Lapli, we'll say goodbye to the likes of Paxi, Paphos, and of course a couple of other clubs that will take a tumble to the Conference League. But that, my friends, should be just about it. Of course, we will be back for the second round qualifying matches very, very soon, of course. But don't forget, we do have the prediction league, which you can get involved with very, very soon as well. Right here, right now. UEL 2452. Yeah, there it is. All in glory. Pretty free. All free. Nothing. Yeah. It's all about prediction league, boasting, who's going to be the main man and all that kind of jazz. Currently, it's not me, but I'm going to bounce back this time around. But until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. But until then, we are done.